I got my hands on the Charlotte Mason curriculum with Outdoors Canada. So if you are interested in hearing about all the juicy details inside and out and want to know more about it, I'm excited to share it with you. So stick around. I had shared several months ago about the Charlotte Mason curriculum with Outdoors. I gave it my recommendation, but really you can't really give a full recommendation or a review about a curriculum until you really purchase it and try it out for yourself. And I mentioned in my last video, in my upcoming curriculum for 2025-2026, that I planned on purchasing the Canadian unit from With Outdoors for my next school year. And I somehow was able to get my hands on it. The writer for With Outdoors saw that I had mentioned her curriculum in a few of my videos, and she offered to send it to me to be able to try it out and give her my thoughts. So this video is not sponsored. I am going to give my full, truthful, honest review about it. And I'm happy to say just up front, I am very happy with it. And so if you want to see more of it and my thoughts and who I think it's great for, listen up because I'm going to share everything about it. Now, of course, we have tried it out for the past couple of weeks, but of course you do need to try out a full, more thorough, from start to finish try. And so I will give follow-up videos as we progressively, we've sampled it out over the past couple of weeks because we're sort of in between terms and we had an opening and an availability to be able to work on something in addition to what we were already doing. But we will do it fully from start to finish next year. And at that time, I will give you updated videos and give my full review once we have completed the curriculum. But I've seen enough of this curriculum that I do feel very comfortable to share my thoughts and perspectives on it now. So Anne is the creator of With Outdoors, and she actually began as a certified teacher in the US, and eventually became a homeschool teacher and would really be considered a veteran homeschool teacher now, as she's taught her children for over a decade. And during that time, she began a Charlotte Mason co-op. Well, this curriculum was birthed through that co-op where she had put together a structured program, and her students in the co-op used this year after year, and she decided to actually put it to paper and produce it for others to use. So it is a tried and tested curriculum, loved by many. It's not just a creation that she's put out there that no one has tried. People have used it and loved it within her co-op. And so you can really have the knowledge that it's been tried and tweaked and adjusted to fit the needs of Charlotte Mason students. It is a Christian Charlotte Mason curriculum. I do find that there are more and more, if it's possible, secular Charlotte Mason type curriculum popping up. And so this is a Christian Charlotte Mason curriculum. Now, Charlotte Mason curriculum, some of them in totality will try to cover every single subject. This one is almost all of the Charlotte Mason subjects, minus, I would say, if you wanted to do a more fulsome language arts program, which some people like to do in addition to how Charlotte Mason teaches language arts. I believe I have other videos on that, so I won't go into that depth now. But she does have the copywork, dictation, narration, and things like that, which is the way Charlotte Mason actually teaches language arts. But if you wanted a more, wanted a grammar program and things like that, that would be in addition to With Outdoors, as well as math. She doesn't incorporate math into her curriculum. Usually, nature study is the primary source of science for a Charlotte Mason curriculum, and then around the grade 4-5 age, some of those Charlotte Mason curriculum, like the Alveary, for example, begins to introduce science. So With Outdoors also doesn't have an additional science program as well. But nature study is science, and so you really could just use With Outdoors to be your science as well, up until, the upper elementary, middle school ages, if that's something that you would prefer. So I got the digital download from Anne, and I've printed it out and I've put it in a binder. Now I don't have all the pages printed out because I only printed the pages that we did over the past 2 weeks to trial it. But it is really well put together. I just have so many, it's very organized, it's well thought out, it's very easy to follow. I've tried the Alvieri in full. I was a member of the Alvieri. I am a member of the Alvieri this year. I've used it in full over this past year and last year. I've sampled CMEC, I've sampled Simply Charlotte Mason, I've used several other bits and pieces from other Charlotte Mason curriculum. And I would say that With Outdoors is the absolute easiest to follow, even from someone who is brand new to Charlotte Mason. A lot of the other Charlotte Mason curriculum takes a bit of figuring out, doesn't it? You really have to ask people questions like, what is this? Where do you go? Everything, you sort of bouncing around from page to page to find out, how to do things, where she has it really laid out very simply. For someone who is brand new to Charlotte Mason, in 2 pages, she summarizes what Charlotte Mason means by each of the aspects of a Charlotte Mason method of teaching, be it narration, be it nature study, be it enrichment studies, copywork, dictation, all the things. She spells them out, and she also includes quotes from Charlotte Mason's 6 volumes showing where Charlotte Mason speaks on those areas, so that you know that it truly is a Charlotte Mason principle and method. And she does it beautifully over 2 pages, where you can just read 2 pages worth and have a really fulsome, well, I wouldn't say fulsome, where you have a good firm understanding of what you are to do in this curriculum. And you may, of course, I always recommend reading Charlotte Mason's volumes, but you may, you may want to dig deeper and have a deeper understanding of Charlotte Mason for yourself. But she does give you a good picture without having to even with the Alvieri, you're watching video after video after video, and you're kind of piecing it together, and there is a scripted, it's scripted, but at the same time, you may not really fully understand what it is you're doing. And I find that Anne lays it out very simply and beautifully to help even the beginner understand what it is that you're trying to accomplish and how to do it. So what she does, and I will show you, she gives a supply list of all the list of books that she is going to require, as well as an additional book. So you don't have to purchase all of these books, but she does recommend, the family reads, student supplies, when it comes to nature journaling and painting, notebooks, book of centuries, all the different family read alouds, the elementary book list, and the middle school book list. So her curriculum is intended to go from grade 1 or even kindergarten, is beautiful for that as well, up to grade 8. And then she doesn't have anything at the moment for high school. Whether she intends to do that, I'm not sure. And then so she has those book lists, and there really aren't, as you can see, those book lists fit all onto one page. So all of the reading coming from the 28-week lesson plan are here. So they're really not huge. You're not buying an exorbitant amount of books that really break the budget. I found that they were very accessible, easy to find, and they really are the common books that most Charlotte Mason curriculum recommend as well. So in this curriculum, she is following it. I call it a unit study, and I don't know if that's appropriate or not. She may not, it's not unit studies, it is Charlotte Mason, but she is following Canada. And so each subject that she covers, of course, other than Bible, so in her lesson plans, she has each week, and it's done on a weekly basis. So this would be week 1. Am I skipping? Yeah, this is week 1 right here. And then this would be week 2. So in each week, they will do Bible, history, geography, enrichment, and I'll explain what she does with enrichment, literature, copywork, narration, and nature study. And that is spread out over your school week. So really, even though you could possibly accomplish, maybe even do all those things in one day, depending, this is what you're intending to do for the entire week. So you really could take one or two of her things in a day. It's something done each week. So in week 1, they're going to be reading Genesis chapter 1. She has the page numbers that you're going to be reading in history. There's their main spine, history spine, as well as some picture books, some additional books, and some things to listen to. She's got QR codes where you can listen to things, and also links for videos to watch in other lessons. Geography, you're going to be reading from the book. You're going to be doing some map work and map drawing, and there's a couple of books there that she has assigned for reading. In enrichment, it's a rotation. So every week you will be doing something different for enrichment. Some Charlotte Mason curriculum in that one week, and I found this very hard to accomplish, where you are doing handiwork and composer study and hymn study and artist study and maybe folk songs and so on. You're trying to do all those things in one week, where she rotates what enrichment you are focusing on for that week. So in this week, she's doing a hymn, and it's For the Beauty of the Earth, and as well as reading a book, and you're writing about it in your book of centuries as well. So anything related to a person or a place, you're going to be documenting that in your book of centuries. For literature, she has different books and people that you will be studying. This one is reading about a poet, the life of a poet. And then there's copywork, and these are coming from excerpts from what you've read through the week. And narration, also you'll be narrating. So your narration is relating to what you've learned in that week, as opposed to some of us, and I do, we narrate after each book that we read. I get my kids to narrate. And now of course, there is a certain number of narrations that you might do in a day, but hers is the one narration for the week, and you also could do more than that. This just covers all the bases so that you are doing at least minimum criteria for Charlotte Mason. But I also find it's very fulsome. A lot of Charlotte Mason curriculum, a lot of people's complaints are, it's too much. How can I do this? I want to do this, but it's too much. I'm burning my children out. It's taking us too long. And I would definitely say that With Outdoors is perfect for people who want to do Charlotte Mason, but is finding Ambleside Online, CMEC, all of those are just too lengthy, too long, and very difficult to accomplish. And then you feel like you're leaving out things. It really is very doable. And then nature study. They have the books that they have you to nature to read for elementary and middle school, and then what you're going to be searching for and identifying and doing a brush drawing or sketch in your notebooks about. And so each week for enrichment, there will be a composer, there may be a hymn, there may be an artist, there may be a handicraft, and it kind of rotates through all of those enrichment studies. We have really enjoyed it. So these were the books that I picked up for our couple of weeks. And you may be familiar with these. Paddle to the Sea is something that we are reading for geography, as well as this book for Canada, the Kids Book of Canada. And I really found there was a lot of very useful information historically and understanding about the people and places and history of Canada. It really was a great, I'm really going to enjoy using this book next year. We kind of are going to hold off and just start again from the beginning in September, but this was really a great book. And the Alviary also uses this one for their Canadian history. It is a good book. We had it already, and we're going to be reading this book along with for With Outdoors. We didn't complete it through the Alvieri's curriculum because at the time we were just doing way too much. But now that we're able to add in another stream of history, I would like to really add in a more fulsome Canadian history stream. And she's got lots of other picture books and things like that that go along with the Canadian history stream. For geography, I'm really enjoying what she's doing for geography. I find different Charlotte Mason curriculum have different ideas of how to do map work. And what she does for the map work is you will, first of all, you're going to study each province of Canada. And as you study it, you're going to first learn to sketch the general shape. So this is Nova Scotia, the general shape of Nova Scotia. Then you're going to start to add in some of the features of like I'm not even sure what those are. I can't really, I think, Sydney, Nova Scotia. So you're adding in some points that you've learned about on the map. You're going to add in a few more details of places on the map. The Bay of Fundy, Cape Breton Island. So you're going to add in more details, and then you're going to color it. So you're transitioning over the 4 weeks. This is week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, adding more and more and more to your map, and also learning to draw the shape of the map from memory. We've been doing like where they're labeling an already drawn map, but I really love the idea of drawing the map out by hand and paying attention to the details of the shapes of the land and where the land meets the water and all those things. I think that's really an excellent way to do it. And so from each 4 weeks, they're going to learn how to draw another province of Canada, labeled and colored. And we're going to really enjoy adding that to our geography journal. So another thing that I really like that she does is she has different levels of learning depending on what you need for your children. So she has primary level. So if you're doing, kindergarten or grade up to grade 1, elementary expectations, middle school, and then what she calls challenge. So that if you have in a middle school, or maybe you have a lower high school student that you want to do this as a family time, you'd like to do all these subjects together as a family, then you have something more challenging. So for example, for their copy work, the challenge would be that they were going to write out the entire poem A Winter's Night and copy that into their commonplace book, because in high school you do commonplace. And so she does have added challenges in terms of reading and other things that they might do as additional exercises and activities for a bit more of a challenge for those older students. So she also includes links with a QR code for composers, the hymns. Another thing that I find really good is, so sometimes what I found in, say for example, Ambleside Online, you may be studying a certain poet, but then you're wondering, where am I going to get the information? Because I'd like to give them a little more information about the artist or the composer or the poet. Tell them about that person rather than saying, this is a poem by Emily Dickinson, for example. Well, she includes all of the information, the history and biography about the poet and the artist and the composer for you to read to your children. And she includes all the poems as well, so you won't have to go find those on your own. And it's not in a book that you have to pay for. It's all included in her package. And she also includes all the art as well that you can print out as well. So it's very, I find, very affordable. She really has everything that you need there aside for the spines and possibly the picture books. And I find the books that she puts on her list are also very easy to find through the library, because often some of those older Charlotte Mason books, they're just not available anymore, especially if you're getting books from CMEC. They're just not available anymore. But these books are all available through the library, and the picture books as well are also easy to find and really fun to read. Kids of all ages, of course, love to read picture books. One thing as a Canadian that I really appreciated, it was kind of like one of the first things I wanted to check. She has included the original words to our national anthem, O Canada, because our country, Canada, has officially changed our national anthem words to, instead of saying true patriot love in all our sons command, in all of us command, because some people protested the word sons as opposed to being inclusive and saying all of us. Now, of course, we still say all our sons command, and I will never change that, but she included that. In brackets, she put all of us, just to note that there are two versions of the song, but she included that, and that was wonderful, and I was very happy that she saw that there was an original version of O Canada, and many of us want to continue singing it that way. My kids have really enjoyed it. We have enjoyed the books, we have enjoyed the nature study, we've enjoyed all of really everything that she has put together. I find it is a very fulsome. I've always been interested in Without Doors ever since I discovered it. But I like to see what the chatter is about things, in the Facebook homeschool groups and things like that. And a lot of people, not a lot, I shouldn't say that. Some people are saying that Without Doors is the simplified version of Charlotte Mason. And I wouldn't say that at all. If you are doing Without Doors, you are doing a very fulsome Charlotte Mason curriculum. You're doing really all that you really need to do. I find some of them go far above and beyond, more than is necessary. It really doesn't, in a way, follow Charlotte Mason's idea of having morning school done all in the morning and the afternoon spent outdoors, where you're doing so much that you aren't able to have that time. This curriculum really does allow you to have the freedom, to have the flexibility, and it's done really well so that this could just be your, because it's set up so those are all the things, those 2 pages are all the things that you do in this curriculum in 1 week. So that if you did 1 or 2 things a day, you would get that all done, and that could very easily be your family together time or morning basket, whatever you'd like to call it. It really is very doable to have this be your together time, morning time, and then do whatever else you do in your homeschool. It's really very flexible and allows for you to still get Charlotte Mason's methods in your homeschool and apply all of those beautiful things. And it's very well done. I'm excited to see her other units. She has the Britain and America and a few other things like that. I believe ancient history and a few other units that I'm gonna take a look at, but we're really excited to do Canada. I definitely will be sharing more about it with you in the future. And we are really looking forward to doing Without Doors. I'm gonna be making some changes to our upcoming curriculum because I'm definitely putting this in, and it may take adjusting a few things, but I will let you know when I make any final changes and update our homeschooling curriculum plan. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.